Hello and welcome to another edition of the show. Thank you very much. I can see that my best friend Matt has finally decided to join us tonight, and I only say this because he's usually not on, and which I understand for good reasons. But thank you very much for tuning in, and we're gonna have a great show for tonight. Uh, and we're back. Sorry, the mic was disconnected for a bit, but we should be back. And as I was saying, welcome, Matt, to the show. Thank you for tuning in tonight. We also have Laura. She's usually always tuned in. And we're going to have a great show tonight. We have, in case you missed it, if you've listened to my show long enough, you hear me play those animated music videos with the drums and the percussion and all the animated balls and whatnot. Well, we actually got to play that live today at the OCC Day of Percussion Ensemble. So we'll have the video coming up with that later in the show. But first, I'll talk a little bit about my crazy hectic work schedule. I'm not called the New York State Road Warrior for nothing. I traveled pretty much all over the state, going as far as Rochester and then Albany, actually. Yesterday, having to go from Albany back over to Rochester in one day to cover the same site. It's quite interesting because I was covering the same site for 3 days this week. The longest day was Wednesday. I was trying to fix a printer, and first they thought they needed an imaging drum, but then there was an incompatible part, and then we had to, when we ordered the correct imaging drum, we also had to check the disk. The hard disk was failing on it, so then we had to do another round of troubleshooting trying to get that to fix. Unfortunately, that took about 6.5 hours, and still we couldn't get the even after the firmware update, couldn't get it to fix. Couldn't get the hard drive working, so now we had to order another hard drive, but that drive was not supported. So it's been a crazy week, and I haven't even been paid for that, so I'm hoping I still get paid for that. This is just crazy. I just don't know what exactly to think here. And Matt knows what company I'm talking about. Its name is Barrister, and they're the one that sends me all over. And sometimes, like today, when they call during the weekend, and they want me to work on the weekend, and I had to turn them, either have to, I turn them down, and they keep calling, or they, when I say, I'm sorry, I can't work today, they keep pushing back, and it is sometimes very frustrating. It's borderline, if not actual, I want to say harassment, and it sounds, sometimes it sounds to me like they're desperate because they're trying to find a tech who can do these things, and I seem to be the only tech in the state who is willing and available to do these jobs. It's just it's very frustrating, but also I realize there must be something that I can do. So if you have any advice on as to what I can do, Matt's given me advice on how to handle this, stand up for myself. But if you have any advice on how to navigate the Barrister work environment, please let me know. In the meantime, we're going to get to AJR with Yes, I'm a Mess, and I think that describes how I've been this week with all the traveling and with all the work that some of the jobs I don't even get paid for. And I've had this song in my head for a while, and I've wanted to play it early in the week, and we'll be back shortly. Coming up, we'll be playing the show and tell, and including the concert video. Okay, it looks like we had Matt's Aunt Angela on, but unfortunately she was having technical difficulties. Laura, just wanting to check and make sure that you're still able to see and hear me because you also had technical difficulties. So I just wanted to really make sure and check and make sure that you were not having any more technical difficulties. I know this station is still, we still have to work the kinks out of it, and unfortunately there are still things that don't work, and I apologize for that because I always try to make the listening experience as user friendly and as seamless as I can. Uh, okay. Okay. Well, that's unfortunate, but thank you very much for refreshing. Yes, refreshing the page, and you're still able to hear and see me. Well, I'm waiting for more listeners till we play the music from the performance from earlier this afternoon. Waiting for more listeners to get on. In the meantime, I'll show what I usually show: pictures that I've taken over the course of the week, and as I try to get Syracuse. As I get that loaded up, I'll tell you that Syracuse football is currently playing their spring game right now, and the Syracuse lacrosse team won an interesting nail biter, 17-18, and okay. So let me just see what I can get here. These are mostly just pictures from work. Where are all the pictures? Yes, we're going to sell the house. In case you're wondering, we're also going to sell the house next week over at 51 Oswego Street, my childhood home. And I have pictures from that. I'm waiting for the people to come on. But I'll show you these pictures of actually. Here, let me just switch it over to here. I'll show you these pictures of the last pictures that we took inside the house. This was before. This was before we sold. This was before we're going to sell it. This is actually. Remember, this is after the fire. So, a cleaning crew came in and cleaned pretty much most of this house out, and hopefully, whoever buys it next, is able to restore it to a good working condition. As you can see here, most of the downstairs is in pretty good shape, but obviously there's still some structural damage. There's water damage that needs to be uh, resolved, and so in this now we're in the basement. And interesting that it's 420. Uh, these were all marijuana references, and they were still on the walls all these years, 25 years, maybe even longer. And the basement's in still pretty much good shape. This little bit very blurry, but this is a picture of the old internet box. and that's the old Spectrum router. And then here we were at Easter. I didn't mean to show those pictures. I just wanted to show the pictures of the house. And so it's now I'll take you back outside. And there's a significance behind this gate. When we lived in this house, we would close the gate, and then we could actually play volleyball over this net, over this gate. So that was quite an interesting thing. And this is a bittersweet time because even though it's been 4 years since I've actually lived in that house, it's going to be bittersweet letting go of it. But hopefully, having the right buyer who will do wonderful things to it. Uh, we've held on to this property for at least 25 years. No, actually, at least 30 years. Excuse me. And we've had some great times inside and out of it, and it's been bittersweet to let it go. But it's about time. It's about time that we let it go and pass it on to somebody else who will do even greater things with it. And it'll be fun. It's time to take another break. It's time to listen to a Forever Living classic hit. Forever Living classic hit coming up. DJ Funk with Booty Bounce, and then the moment we've all been waiting for, the performance video of Pipe Dream Part 2 performed live at OCC at the Day of Percussion Ensemble. You do not want to miss it. Stay tight and stay tuned. And no, we're not going. And no, we're not going back to music just that. This is probably the reason why you've noticed me in my black shirt and my blue jeans here. Is today Matt and I and the rest of the OCC Percussion Ensemble alumni performed the Pipe Dream piece at the what we call the Day Percussion Ensemble. It used to be the Day Percussion, but Rob Bridge, the professor of music up at OCC, decided to change it up because somebody else already took the Day of Percussion, and so this is again 15 years in the making. You've seen my videos. You've seen my videos playing those animated videos with the balls hitting the instruments and whatnot. Well, here you're actually going to hear this live, and this is the second time this year, but the last time this year that we're actually going to be playing this. So you're in for a treat, and please sit back, relax, and enjoy as we play Pipe Dream for the last time at the Day of Percussion Ensemble at OCC. This was earlier today around 1 o'clock.
And a lot of the advocating for this. And it's very exciting as a mixture, mostly alums, but we have Owen and Aspen and Chuck playing along with us. Roman, in theory class, they turned in a piece they want to understand, and he turned in this piece. And so when Jordan mentioned it, I looked at him like, that drum set part's hard, but I know someone who loves this song, and it worked out great. So hopefully you'll enjoy it, and I'll turn it over to Jordan.
Just want to clarify, it's not mine. I didn't write this. Find it on YouTube. and I hope you liked it. Yes, it's a really cool piece, and let me just. Again, it's been 15 years in the making. When I was a student in OCC, I wanted to play this. But unfortunately, it wasn't in the cards then, it is now. Next year, I'm hoping, though, to do another YouTube sensation that went viral. It was called the Marble Machine. So let me see if I can cue that up now. So when we get back to the music, the first song that you'll hear is the original video, the original Animusic video that features the original music. And then after that, you'll hear somebody else, another YouTube user who actually took the music from the Marble Machine and put it in the Pipe Dream concept. So you'll get a glimpse as to the original music that inspired, the original music that we actually played today, and then a glimpse into what I'm hoping to do for next year. And then after that, we got a big bumper or dumper because we got a big bump it or dump it segment because, as you know, the one and only Taylor Swift released a whole album. We got two of her newer songs that are anxiously awaiting for your votes. But in the meantime, please enjoy these next two videos, and thank you for watching. And what do you think of it? If you have any more opinions on the performance today, please let me know as we continue with the music. welcome back to the show. The thing about this last video is, this was not even. It looks like Animusic, and it was inspired by the Animusic Pipe Dream series, but it was not actually created or animated by the actual Animusic company. There have been a lot of YouTubers out there, a lot of influencers who found a way to take the idea of the Animusic, some of the Animusic videos, and made their own creations based on it. So what we saw here, not the first video, but the last video that we just saw, there's a YouTube user by the name of ThinkGamer who actually plays Roblox, and somebody else actually developed an engine or a set or an environment that you can put into Roblox that would automatically recreate the Pipe Dream set, and you can add whatever music you wanted to. So actually, what this guy ThinkGamer did, he took the music from another video, Winter Garden Marble Machine, and incorporated that into the Pipe Dream set, and it incorporated Animusic's Pipe Dream 2 on it. So that I thought that would be interesting information that I'd share with you. This is something I'm looking forward to for next year. So I see that we have Kaylee on. Welcome. Thank you very much for tuning in and listening. And you're in for a treat, because the next and final thing that we get to do here on the show is a little bit of an interactive segment that I like to call Bump It or Dump It, or Bump or Dump. And essentially, if you don't know how it works, the rules are simple. I'm going to play 3 songs, and you get to vote on each one of the songs. If you like it, if you like it, you vote bump. If you don't really like it and it's not your cup of tea, then you vote dump. And the song that gets the most number of bump votes will be the song that'll play us out at the end of the show. So, I don't know how much of a Swiftie you are, but we got 2 of her newer songs from the related album, the new album, The Tortured Poets Department, including the title track that'll be coming up after Hozier, though. He is more than just a Take Me to Church kind of guy. He actually released a new song not too long ago called Too Sweet, and that's the first song that's up for bids tonight. And then we'll have, as I mentioned, the title track off of Taylor Swift's new album, The Tortured Poets Department, and then we have Fortnite, the first single released off of the new album, which also features Baldwinsville's own Post Malone. So please enjoy the next and final segment as we get interactive now, and we play the Bump It or Dump It segment right here on, I can't call it the pre-weekend kickoff anymore, so I'm calling it the mid-weekend part, or the weekend party. And everybody, please get your votes, get your listening ears on. Here we go with Hozier. Well, so far it's been a unanimous vote. I'll keep that in note. I'll have to watch the Aqua Harp later. Anyway, now we get into the more serious note, or at least this is when things get interesting because the next two songs are from everybody's favorite artist, or at least you can't escape her these days. She is everywhere, and so here we go. This is the title track off of Taylor Swift's brand new album that just released. I think it was yesterday. It was released at midnight on Friday, and then they had it. Then at 2 a.m. she released the double album, the bonus album. I don't know what to think. I've listened to these songs a couple of times now, and it's a little bit different. In my opinion, it's a little bit different from what she has been doing in the past. But this is why we put it up for the vote. I'll be curious to know what your votes are. First up, we have, as I mentioned, title track off the album, "The Tortured Poets Department." Then we have the first single off of the album, featuring Baldwinsville's own Post Malone, "Fortnite," not the video game. Sorry, Alex. It has nothing to do with the video game that I know you like to play. So here we go. I'll be curious to know. He is too bad? You think he's saying that he is too bad for this? Oh, okay, that does make sense. Thanks for clarifying. Okay, here we go. Let's see which gets the most bump or dump votes. Please enjoy the world premiere, or the forever living premiere of Taylor Swift's newest album. At least the first two, and we'll probably have more coming up in the next several weeks or so. So here we go. Please enjoy it. And okay, here we go. This is it. Sorry, no more stalling. Bumper to dump it. Let's go. Yes, it's always quite interesting to really understand what these songs mean. I haven't listened to the entire album, so I don't really know exactly what makes this different, or at least, as Rachel said, what makes so unique. She does really tell a lot of stories. Her lyrics are just poetry, creative songwriting, a lot of wordplay here, and what you get with Taylor Swift that you don't get with other artists, really, in my opinion, is you don't get the creative wordplay or the creative ordering of how she uses the words to tell the story, and it's interesting to blend the lyrics with the style and music. I can tell that after listening to this song and a few others, she's really pulling from the other artists that came before her. This kind of sounds a little bit like Cyndi Lauper's Time After Time. There's a song called The Prophecy, which kind of gives me a lot of Landslide, Fleetwood Mac vibes. And it'll be interesting to, as we go on through the weeks and maybe months to come, future shows, I will definitely bring on more tracks from the Tortured Poets Department onto this segment, so we'll all be able to listen together and explore the musical journey together. If you know about the past life, yep, that's also true. I know it's a little bit, yep, different types of genres, styles can you pull off. Unfortunately, everybody's a critic because Elizabeth, Alex, and Kaylee, who's listening, along with them, all voted dumps for this particular song. I had a feeling because I know them, or I know Elizabeth, Alex, Kaylee, and those those particular genres of music that pertain that 3/4 bump. Okay. 3/4 bump. So you did like it. Okay. And it's interesting how we're using fractions for the bump. You just don't like synth pop. The lyrics are creative. The music is not. And as we continue to, as I said, as we continue to do future shows, and I bring in more tracks from this album onto the Bumper to Dumper segment, I'm sure our opinions of the music will of this new music will either change or stay the same or not, depending. It's all your personal opinion, and it's okay. This is why I do the Bumper Dumper segment, because I think certain songs sound pretty good, but I want to hear other people's opinions about these same songs. And we don't have to agree. That's not the point. The point of this is to get a consensus, or at least put the feelers out and get good, honest, constructive criticism. I'd rather have honest, constructive feedback rather than a forced entry or a forced liking. And you don't have to love all the songs that I bring onto the segment. And the rest are going to be probably synth pop. I don't know. Maybe there will be a rock song or something like that on the album that I just haven't found yet. As I said, we'll continue. The last one on this particular segment is called Fortnight. It's from the same album, and it features Baldwinsville's own Post Malone. And why I keep saying that is because Austin Richard Post, that's his real name, and his family did live in a house on Donner Street for the first 9 years of Post Malone's life before moving to Texas. They were, I believe, Post Malone, Elizabeth said, was a grade below her, but he went to Van Buren Elementary School instead. So, we can technically say that Post Malone is a Bville B, and he's featured on uh, a song by one of the most popular recording artists in the world right now. Yes, Post Malone, Florence and the Machine. Not really familiar with The National, so I'll be interested to see what that sounds like. But without further ado, this is Fortnite. It's not. It has nothing to do with the game. I'm saying it has nothing to do with the video game. I'm talking to you, Alex, because I know that's a game that you like to play. Fortnite actually is a term for a 2-week period. That's what I learned yesterday. And it's actually an older term that goes way before the video game. Please vote with your honest conscience. I'm sorry, please vote with your honest conscience. And we'll have some more. Most of the National, that's very interesting. I'm not really familiar with that artist, the National. It'll be interesting to hear what else they have to say. So, without further ado, this is the last bumper dump song of the night. Get your voting fingers ready, and here we go. Okay, thank you for your honest opinions. I know that was a little bit mixed. Uh, I'll tell you what. This new album is gonna is gonna take some getting used to. For me, some of the songs I feel like are just too slow. Others they don't really make sense, and others really just I feel like they've taken influence a lot of inspiration from other artists and other songs to the point where it's obvious uh, that they sampled. So, thank you very much. We're not quite done. We're going to extend it because Kaylee is on, and this is one of the rare occasions where I actually can get her opinions or feedback. And so, because this is the case, I want to really we're going to extend to the bumper dumper for two more songs. And we're going to feature a band, an alternative rock band that the rest of us is probably familiar with. And I want to see how familiar you are with this. It's three brothers from New York City, and the name of the band is takes the first initials from each of the brothers, and we actually have a personal connection to this band because Rachel, if you didn't know, Rachel and Rod are actually good friends with the uncle and now the aunt. Yes, used to be just the uncle for a while until the day of the eclipse on April 8th. We're actually this band gained an aunt. So essentially, that means the two of them married on the day of the eclipse. So, regardless of that, we're going to play two more songs, and everybody else has probably heard these before. But I'd like to know now that we have Kaylee on. I'm curious to know what your thoughts are on this, and if you could provide additional comments, not just bumper dump, but actual qualitative comments. Have you heard this band before? Do you like their music? Is it not your cup of tea? I'll be curious to know. We're going to start. These are two songs off of their latest album called The Maybe Man, which they released back last year. And Rachel, you can also provide some insider information about about the band, the songs we're going to play. We're going to start off with it's quite a fitting tune. It's called "The DJ Is Crying for Help." Then we're going to play their hit single off that album called "Yes, I'm a Mess." So, without further ado, this is AJR. So I can see. Yep. So I can see the answer is Paris. So it's interesting how Kaylee you compare AJR to John Bellion. I can see that because the voices are very similar. And now we go into Yes, I'm a Mess. We're gonna actually do one more after that. Then we're gonna end it. Yes. Okay, we're gonna do one more after that. We're after Yes, I'm a Mess. We're gonna close with one final AJR song, and then we're gonna sign off. This uh, this is really a golden opportunity. Thank you very much for your feedback and so. Okay, why I can't get. Okay, there we go. So, the musical style, yes, is also very similar, exactly. So, AJR is a great band. They've been around since 2013, 2014 with their song I'm Ready, which actually features SpongeBob. And this is not, it features a SpongeBob vocal sample. And this is not the first time that AJR is going to pull into the roots of children's entertainment. To give you a little preview, the music video of Yes, I'm a Mess actually features one of the, I think it's Jack, going around the street. They live in New York City, so the music video features Jack parading around the streets of New York in a certain character from a certain show about a certain street. You'll see what I mean when we play it, and I'll be curious to know your thoughts on this one. This is the title. This is the featured single from the Maybe Man's called Yes, I'm a Mess. And hope you enjoy it. Let's see if this gets any bumps, or it's gotten a lot of bumps already. Let's see what happens. And thank you very much for listening. And this was actually 2 years old. And let me trying to adjust the video here. I was about to go on live, but then I was talked out of it. So I was gonna bring the guest. I was gonna. No, that's even worse. Let me just go back to what I was doing before. Okay. We'll do fit to screen, not stretch the screen. So that's a little bit taste of AJR. I hope you enjoyed it. And we're going to close the show with one of their most famous, if not one of their best songs that came out of this particular decade. It, of course, is this course called Bang, and appropriate that we go out with a bang tonight. Thank you very much for listening. And if you missed the live performance of Fight Dream, you'll be seeing it posted on Facebook most likely tomorrow. And thank you very much for listening. Kaylee, I'm hoping you enjoyed AJR as much as as much as the rest of us. And I know we're not all big Swifties, and we'll continue to continue to examine the album as it comes out. As we do more of these songs, we'll definitely have more tracks off the album in future shows. So, so here we go. We're going out with a bang with none other than AJR, and hope to see most of you again. This is great fun. Yes, it is great fun. It's great show as always. It is always a pleasure when I have listeners like you on. So, let's go out with a bang. Mazel tov. I'm signing off, and we'll see everybody next week. Also, another programming note, I'm considering moving the shows I'm considering moving this show from Friday night to Saturday night full time. It feels like I attract more listeners. Now, that's not always the case from week to week, but the general consensus is that I seem to attract more listeners on Saturday nights rather than Friday nights, and that's probably a night that doesn't really work for a lot of people. So you might see me, you're going to probably see me do more Saturday night shows as opposed to Friday night shows. I know I can't borrow a phrase from a certain NBC late night show that also does shows on Saturday nights, so we can't call it that, but I'll try to find out a new name. If this is what you like better, if Saturday nights is what is a better date and time that you or your friends or your family can get on, then I'll move the date and time from Friday night to Saturday, and we'll have more fun that way. I'm hoping with more listeners. So thank you very much, and we'll see you next week. We'll go out with a bang. This is AJR.